اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق وهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سيدنا محمد تسليما على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وعلى التابعين وعلماء آملين وأئمة أربعين مجتهدين مخلديهم إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. الحمد لله دائما وأبدا. This is Usul Tariqah of Shehu Uthmah. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, peace be upon our Master Muhammad and upon his family and companions. His Lord Uthmah ibn Muhammad, who was Fulani by Nasab by lineage, Maliki by school of thought method, and Al-Ashari by all to Allah for his abundant favors. No deity except Allah, alone with no partner. And I bear witness that Muhammad is his servant and messenger, the possessor of beautiful and perfect qualities. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him and his family and companions, and upon those who help him, and those who are sincere with Allah. The 5 foundations of the path. The knowing scholar, Sheikh Abul Abbas Ahmed ibn Muhammad ibn Isa, who is famous as Az-Zaruq al-Fasi, may Allah be pleased with him and may he benefit us by him, said, these are the foundations of the spiritual path, Usul Tariqah. Whoever neglects any of them, Allah will inhibit him from spiritual arrival. There are 5 things. Fear of Allah, taqwa lillah, secretly and openly. 2, following the sunnah by word and deed. 3, shunning people, al-irad al-qalq, coming or going. 4, contentment with Allah, al-rida lillah, in little and much. And 5, al-ruju'u ilallahi, resignation to Allah during prosperity and adversity. The achievement of the above 5. The achievement of fear of Allah is by means of sincere piety, wara', and uprightness, istiqamah. The achievement of following the sunnah is by moderation, qana'at, and consigning matters tafweed over to Allah. The achievement of resigning to Allah is by being in a state of praise, hamd, and thankfulness, shukr, during prosperity, and taking recourse to Allah, la raja'u, during adversity. The 5 roots of the above 5. The 5 roots of the above foundation. The roots of the above 5 are also 5. 1, high spiritual resolution, ululul himma. 2, Hafidul Hurma, the guardian of sanctity. 3, Husnul Khidmah, the perfection of service to Allah. And 4, Nafudul Azma, premonition of firm intentions. And 5, Tahdhibul Ni'mah, the glorification of blessings. As a result, whoever raises his spiritual resolution has raised his spiritual rank. Whoever perfects his service to Allah has made his nobility, karamat, indispensable. Whoever implements his firm intentions makes his guidance persist. Whoever glorifies blessings is grateful, and whoever is grateful merits increase in blessings because of the truthful promise of the benefactor. The 5 roots of behavior. Usul mu'amalat wa khamsa. The roots of behavior are 5. Seeking knowledge in order to implement the commands. 2, keeping company with the sheikhs and the brothers in the path in order to attain inner sight. 3, avoiding compromise, rukhsa, and false interpretation, ta'wilat, in order to adhere to restraint. 4, maintaining the exact times of the awrad, of the litanies, in order to attain presence with Allah. And 5, being suspicious of the nafs in order to abandon corrupt passions and to be safe from errors. That which undermines the above 5. That which undermines seeking knowledge, afatul talabul ilm, is keeping company with people who are immature by age, intelligence, and by deen. Those who make it a habit of not depending upon the foundations nor the fundamentals of good behavior. That which undermines keeping company, afatul sohbah, is self-deception and boasting. That which undermines avoid compromise, rukhsa, and false interpretation, ta'wila, is having sympathy for the nafs. That which undermines maintaining the exact times of the awrad is overextending one's examination into the merits of supererogatory actions. That which undermines suspicions of the nafs is being too familiar with the beauty of its condition and seeing perfection in its steadfastness. Call Allah Ta'ala, وَذَكِّرْ بِهِ أَن تُبْسَلَ نَفْسُ بِمَا كَسَبَتْ لَيْسَ لَهَا مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ وَلِيٌّ وَلَا شَفِيعٌ وَإِن تَعْدِلْ كُلَّ عَدْلٍ لَا يُؤْخَذْ مِنْهَا. And remind them thereby lest a nafs should be given to destruction for what it has earned. It shall not have next to Allah any guardian nor intercessor, and if it should seek to give every compensation, it shall not be accepted from it. And the noble one, the son of the noble one, Yusuf ibn Yaqub alayhi salam, said, وَمَا أُبَرِّئُ نَفْسِي إِنَّ النَّفْسَ لَأَمَّارَةُ بِسُوءِ إِلَّا رَحِيمَ رَبِّي غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. I do not declare myself free. Verily the nafs is wont to command to evil, except such as my Lord has been merciful. The 5 roots of curing the illness of the nafs. The roots by which the sickness of the nafs can be cured, tadawadul bihi, are about 5 things. 1, decreasing the amount of food during meals. 2, resorting to Allah when obstacles cross his path. 3, fleeing from a scene in which it is feared some evil will occur. 4, being persistent in seeking forgiveness from Allah along with the prayer upon the Prophet ﷺ while one is in seclusion. And 5, keeping company with one who can direct you to Allah or to the commands of Allah, and realize that that type of person is almost non-existent. The roots of misfortune and loss. The roots of misfortune and loss. Abu Hassan al-Shadili, rahmatullahi alayhi, said, my beloved once gave me counsel. He said, do not move your feet except where you hope for the reward of Allah. Do not sit except in a place where you are completely secure from the disobedience of Allah. Do not keep company except with one who can assist you in the obedience of Allah, and realize that they are few. He also said, may Allah be pleased with him, whoever directs you towards this world has deceived you. Whoever directs you towards work has burdened you, and whoever directs you towards Allah has given you sound advice. He also said, make fearful awareness, taqwa, your country. then the praise of people will not harm you. This as long as you do not become satisfied with your errors, persistent sins, or as long as your fear of Allah does not cease when you are alone. I say that the above three are the foundations of misfortune and loss. Further, Ahmed Zarruq said, I have noticed that the five afflictions of the fuqara. Ahmed Zarruq said, I have noticed that the fuqara of these times are afflicted by five things. One, the first, itharul jahli, preference of ignorance over knowledge, al-ilm. Two, being deluded by everybody and his brother. Three, talking nonsense concerning matters. Four, being proud and boastful concerning the spiritual path. Azuzu and Tariqah. And five, astijalu, hastening spiritual openings, al-fatihi, without first establishing its prerequisites, shurutihi. The five afflictions of the fuqara. I say that the fuqara in our times are afflicted by five more things. One, preferring innovation over the sunnah, itharul bid'ah. Two, ittiba'u, following the people of falsehood over the people of truth. Three, acting according to one's passions, al-amalu bil hawa, in all matters or in most matters. Four, seeking after lies and spiritual hopes, talabul turahat, over and above spiritual realities, haqa'iq. And five, the exhibiting of false claims and pretense, dhuhurul adhaw, over and above spiritual sincerity and integrity. The five things that overcome the fuqara. The fuqara are overcome by five more things. One, corrupt whisperings during worship. Two, being persistent in corrupt customs. Three, gathering together during all hours of the day and night. Four, trying to win the affection of people by every possible way. And five, keeping company with worldly people, including women and children. They also have become deceived by some of what has happened among the people of the path and by the citations from some of their teachings. However, if they were to have spiritual realizations, they would know that being persistent in corrupt customs is only a license for those weak in the religion. For one should only be persistent in such customs as much as necessary without audition, and realize that the advantages of spiritual realizations are a cure, and one should discharge the rights of servitude to Allah and not persist in such customs if they take him far from Allah, and realize that audition is a mercy to the one who has earned Allah's anger, or to the one who has attained spiritual perfection. For auditions mean being settled upon the carpet of the real, that is based on the condition that he is from amongst his people, his stations, and acts according to his courtesies. Realize that every whispering is pure innovation, and that its roots emerge from ignorance of the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, or from mental discourse in one's reason. And realize that showing favoritism in order to gain the attention of people leads to one turning away from the Lord of truth, especially if he is a hypocritical Quranic reciter, a heedless tyrant, or ignorant Sufi. Realize also that keeping company with youth leads to injustice and shame in this world and in the deen, and accepting the intimacies of youth is among the greatest errors for one on the path. Sidi Abu Madian, Rahimullah, said, the youth is he who is not in conformity with his spiritual path. Even if he is 70 years in age, I say that he is the one who is not firmly established in his spiritual state, and he should not accept what he hears from just anyone and be comfortable with it. For most of those who you will find doing that are those who belong to divergent groups and those who are students. Therefore, you should beware of them. The 5 ways to expose those who make false spiritual claims. Whoever claims spiritual stations with Allah, then there appears upon him of 5 things is either a liar or he is one who is hopelessly lost. We seek refuge with Allah. They are: 1, dispatching his limbs into the disobedience of Allah. 2, showing pretense during the obedience of Allah. 3, having greed for the creation of Allah. 4, causing discord among the people of Allah. And 5, showing a lack of respect for the Muslims as Allah has commanded and by which Islam is perfected. The conditions of the teaching Sheikh. The conditions of the teaching Sheikh to whom the Murid must give his nafs over to are 5. Sound knowledge, sound perceptivity or tasting. 3, exalted resolution. 4, pleasing spiritual states. And 5, penetrating inner discernment. The 5 traits which negate benefiting from the Sheikh. Whoever possesses 5 characteristics will never be complete, will never be corrected by the Sheikhs. Ignorance of the deen, disrespecting the honor of Muslims, entering into that which is not his business. 4, following his whims in everything. And 5, possessing evil character without any care to change. The adab of the Murid with the Sheikh and the brothers in the path. The courtesy of the Murid, disciple with the Sheikhs and the brothers in the path are 5. Following his command following his commands even when it goes against what he wants. Avoiding what he forbids even when it brings about his own physical destruction. Preserving his honor in his presence or absence, living or deceased. Discharging his rights in accordance with one's capacity without being defective in that. And 5, setting aside one's intellect, knowledge, and authority, except where these are in conformity with his Sheikh. When his intelligence, knowledge, and authority are in conformity with the Sheikh, he should guide others with equity and sincerity. In this same way, he should behave with the brothers in the path. If there is no teaching Sheikh, or if he finds him deficient from the above 5 conditions of the teaching Sheikh, he should rely upon that which is complete in the Sheikh, and then behave with the brothers in the path and the remainder. The benefits of this work. It is necessary for you, O seeker, to study this work twice every day, or at least once a week, or at least once. If this is not possible, then once a week, until its meaning become imprinted in the nafs. You should act in accordance with the judgments of this book, because it contains instructions which will suffice you from reading any other book on this subject. It has been said, verily arrival is prohibited by the loss of foundations. Whoever looks into that will realize that. After that, he should then always take an oath to adhere to what is in this book with the aim of preserving its truths. May Allah give us and you success in pleasing him, for he is due that and powerful enough for it. He is enough for us and the best of guardians. There is no power nor might except with Allah, the exalted, the mighty. All praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds. Peace and blessings be upon the messenger of Allah. May Allah bless him and grant him peace. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم آمين. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Tomorrow, inshallah, at the same time, I will do the Tahdeebu Insan Min Kasalo Shaitan class, and I'll be doing chapter 2. It's very important that if you start participating in these classes that I've been giving for about 2 years, inshallah, many of this information should be already imprinted in the nafs. We do it once a week. Inshallah ta'ala, I'm gonna inshallah ta'ala, I'm thinking about adding another text, but I would if I do add another text, then I would discontinue I would discontinue either Hizb Bar. Probably I would discontinue Hizb Bar. If I don't add another text, then I will continue with Hizb Bar. But the thing is, with Hizb Bar, I will probably do it after Asr on Thursday, inshallah, instead of doing it after Maghrib. Initially, I was doing it after Maghrib because after Maghrib is Laylatul Jum'ah, and because of the Ismul Adam that's in Hizb Bar, Allah Ta'ala answers the dua in Laylatul Jum'ah, every Laylatul Jum'ah, every Thursday night. So the benefits of these times that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala answers du'as, we should take advantage of them. Allah Ta'ala answers the dua in between the Fajr prayer and the Subh prayer, between the Adhan and the Iqamah. He answers dua between the Adhan and the Iqamah of every Salah. But that time in the morning, in between the Adhan and the Iqamah of the Fajr and the Subh, is special. It's a special time. This is, if you stay up throughout the day making dhikr, because the morning is for your livelihood. If you don't go back to sleep after Fajr, and you go back to sleep, if you go back to sleep after you finish your dhikr and reading your tilawat of Quran, and the early hours of duha time, it normally comes in during our time around 9 o'clock. Duha, the time for duha actually starts when you begin to feel the heat from the sun. Here it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock when you start to begin to feel the heat from the sun. That's the time for duha, salatul duha. And after you pray duha or salatul ishraq, you can go to sleep after that. There's no harm in that, and you won't mess up any of your provisions or risk that comes to you for that day. If you don't go to sleep after that, and you're able to take a short nap after salatul dhuhr, that's keeping in line with the sunnah, and the short the kaylula, the short nap after salatul dhuhr, is actually to make it for it to be easy for you to wake up in the middle of the night and pray tahajjud. If you're a person who fasts Monday or Thursday or every other day, or the 3 days, the middle 3 nights, 3 days out of each Islamic month, then you're getting up at the time when you can pray. Your suhoor is at the time when you can pray salatul tahajjud in the last quarter of the night. This is time of praying tahajjud or qiyamul layl. So in this time, Allah Ta'ala answers du'as as well. Laylatul Jum'ah, the first Thursday, the first Laylatul Jum'ah in the month of Rajab, the 15th of the middle of Sha'ban, the 15th of Sha'ban, Laylatul Qadr in Ramadan, and every day in Ramadan, Allah Ta'ala answers du'as while you fast, because you're fasting, and when you break your fast. So we must take advantage of putting these things that we know into practice. And I'm reminding myself as I'm reminding everyone else in this class. Even though I'm the teacher, but those who teach are those who set the example as well. And if the teachers are acting upon it, it's encouragement for the students to be acting upon it. I don't give lessons or homework because I give these classes consistently every week, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm not going to make any homework. I'm not going to ask anyone any questions. I'm not going to sit back and observe anyone but myself and those who I'm in charge of, if they participate in the classes. As well, they're going to be examining myself as well. For that purpose, we're reminder and reflection of each other. So inshallah ta'ala, if you don't feel bad or shame if you fall short, Allah ta'ala, put you in the company of people that give you encouragement and give you some strength, and they influence you with good instead of bad, and there'll be a reminder for you because you see them implementing the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have to keep in company, have to keep sohbah, camaraderie, and be merciful with each other. So inshallah ta'ala, I got like 2 minutes left, but I'm going to end here, and inshallah ta'ala, I'll see everyone in the class tomorrow. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.